Yo, what is up? What's good? We are back with another video today. This video is going to be about my predictions for the NBA awards. All of the awards and accolades will be given out based on the players' stats prior to the league shutdown. So whatever the player does during these playing games right now in the bubble won't impact the awards races. Now moving on to the MVP race. The MVP is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis is averaging 29.9 points per game, 13.8 rebounds per game, 5.8 assists per game, 1 steal, 1 block, while shooting 55% from the field and 38.8% from 3, all in just 31 minutes per game. If Giannis played 36 minutes per game, which is about the average for any NBA superstar, he'd average 34.7 points per game, 16.1 rebounds per game, and 6.8 assists per game. Not just the stats, but also the record. Giannis led the Bucks to the best record in the league, at 53 wins and 12 losses, and he also led the Bucks to the best point differential in the league at plus 11.2, which is easily best in the league and tied for the 4th highest of all time. So the Bucks are blowing teams out, which means Giannis does not have to play too many minutes, unlike other superstars. Finally, Giannis is also an elite defender, as the Bucks have the best defensive rating in the entire league. And now talking about other candidates, we obviously have LeBron James, who's averaging a cool 25.4 points per game, 8 rebounds, 10.4 assists, while shooting 49.6% from the field and 34.9% from 3, while leading the Los Angeles Lakers to the best record in the Western Conference and second best in the league at 49 wins and 14 losses. The reason I have Giannis over LeBron is Giannis is averaging better stats, his team is better, so he has better team success, and he's a better overall defender. Then we also have James Harden, who's averaging 34.4 points, 7.4 assists, and 6.4 rebounds. We also have Luka, who's averaging 28.9 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 8.8 assists. And finally, Chris Paul, who's averaging 17.8 points per game, 6.8 assists, and 4.9 rebounds. All of these players are worthy candidates, but Giannis is simply the best. Let's move on to the next awards race, the Defensive Player of the Year. The Defensive Player of the Year for this past year has been Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis led the Bucks to the best defense rate in the league, is versatile enough to guard all 5 positions, and all the advanced stats point to him as the best defender, as he's near the top or is at the top of almost every defensive stat. There are definitely other worthy candidates, such as Anthony Davis, who's averaging 1.5 steals and 2.4 blocks, Rudy Gobert, who's averaging 2 blocks and is an elite interior defender, and Kawhi Leonard, who's averaging 1.8 steals per game, is an elite perimeter defender, and is also the second best defender on a per-possession basis. All of these guys are terrific defenders and are amazing, but Giannis is simply on another level. Take regular stats, or you can take advanced stats, and also the eye test. Giannis is simply the best defender. Let's move on to the next awards race, the most improved player. I see this as mainly a 2-person race between Brandon Ingram and Bam Adebayo, but I'll go with Bam Adebayo. First, let's check Ingram's case. Ingram is averaging 24.1 points per game, 6.2 rebounds per game, 4.2 assists per game, while shooting 46.4% from the field, 38.5% from 3, and 85.1% from the free throw line. Last year, he averaged 18.3 points per game, 5.1 rebounds, 3 assists, while shooting 49.7% from the field on fewer shot attempts, 33% from the 3-point line, and 67.5% from the free throw line. Bam, on the other hand, is averaging 16.2 points per game, 10.4 rebounds, 5.1 assists, 1.2 steals, 1.3 blocks, while also shooting 56.8% from the field. Last year, he averaged 8.9 points per game, 7.3 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 0.9 steals, and 0.8 blocks, while shooting 57.6% from the field on fewer shot attempts. Both have improved drastically, but I'll go with Bam Adebayo because the Heat have a better record than the New Orleans Pelicans. Jimmy Butler is definitely a part of that reason that the Heat are good. But Bam has also been a big key as to how the Heat are so good. And Bam made a bigger jump in production than Brandon Ingram. There are definitely other candidates such as Jason Tatum, who averaged 23.4 points per game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.4 steals, while shooting 44.4% from the field, 39.8% from 3, and 80.3% from the free throw line. Last year, he averaged 15.7 points per game, 6 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 1.1 steals, on 45% from the field, 37.3% from the three-point line, and 85.5% from the free throw line, all on fewer shot attempts. Tatum already was a good player before this year, same thing with Banner and Ingram, so that's why Bam Adebayo is most deserving for the Most Improved Player award. Let's move on to the Rookie of the Year. The Rookie of the Year for this past season has been Ja Morant. Ja has been averaging 17.7 points per game, 7 assists, while shooting 48.2% from the field, and 33.5% from 3, and 77.7% from the free throw line, while leading Memphis to the 8th seed in the tough Western Conference. Zion was easily the best rookie, as he was averaging 22.3 points per game, 6.4 rebounds, while shooting 57.9% from the field, 42.9% from 3. But Zion simply did not play enough games, as he only played 22 games, so I won't consider him at all for the Rookie of the Year. There are other candidates, such as Kendrick Nunn, who's averaging 15.4 points per game, while shooting 44% from the field, 35.8% from 3, and 84% from the free throw line, and Brandon Clark, who's averaging 12.1 points per game, 5.8 rebounds, while shooting 62.4% from the field, 37.5% from 3, and 78.4% from the free throw line. These rookies are good, but Ja is simply sensational. Moving on to the NBA Sixth Man of the Year award race. The Sixth Man of the Year this past year has been Dennis Schroeder, who's averaging 18.9 points per game, 4 assists, while shooting 46.9% from the field, 37.9% from the three-point line, and 83.8% from the free throw line. Other candidates include Montrezl Harrell, who's averaging 18.6 points per game, 7.1 rebounds, and shooting 58% from the field, and Lou Williams, who's averaging 18.7 points per game, 5.7 assists, while shooting 41.6% from the field, and 36.3% from three-point line, and 86.3% from the free throw line. All of these players are good sixth men, but Schroeder has to shoulder much more of a burden because he doesn't have as many good players around him. Lou Williams has Montrezl Harrell, and Montrezl Harrell have Lou Williams, and outside of that, they have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George to rely on. Dennis Schroeder is not like that. Furthermore, Schroeder has better efficiency than either of those two players, thus he deserves a Sixth Man of the Year. The last NBA award race that I'll be looking at is the Coach of the Year. The Coach of the Year this past year has been Nick Nurse of the Toronto Raptors. Other candidates include Mike Budenholzer of the Milwaukee Bucks and Billy Donovan of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Budenholzer has coached the Bucks to the best record in the league with one of the best defenses, one of the best offenses, and highly efficient shooting from the players. Donovan has coached the Thunder to a 6th seed in the West when no one predicted him to be that good. But Nick Nurse gets the award because he's led the Raptors to be as good as last year, at least in the regular season, despite losing superstar Kawhi Leonard. Without Kawhi, the Raptors still have one of the best defenses in the league, while having a good offense in itself that allowed Pascal Siakam to thrive and average 23.5 points per game. Simply put, Nurse has made the Raptors without Kawhi as good as they were when they had Kawhi, which is why he wins Coach of the Year. The last thing that I will discuss in this video is predicting all NBA teams. Let's start off with the all NBA first team. The two guards are Luka Doncic and James Harden. The two forwards are LeBron James and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and the center is Nikola Jokic. Moving on to the all NBA second team. The two guards are Damian Lillard and Russell Westbrook. The two forwards are Kawhi Leonard and Anthony Davis, and the center is Joel Embiid. Moving on to the All-NBA third team. The two guards are Chris Paul and Bradley Beal. The two forwards are Jimmy Butler and Jason Tatum, and the center is Bam Adebayo. Now here are some honorable mentions for the All-NBA teams. First guy is Trae Young, who's a guard. I chose Bradley Beal over Trae Young because Bradley Beal has averaged more points per game, his team had a better record, and Bradley Beal is simply a better overall defender than Trae Young. The second guy is Chris Middleton, who's a forward. Middleton was really good this year, as he averaged 21 points per game on almost 50-40-90% shooting, which is insanely efficient, but Tatum and Butler are simply better players. Third guy is Pascal Siakam, who's a forward. Siakam was really good this year, but Tatum was just a bit better on offense, and Tatum is also a borderline elite defender. The last guy I want to mention is Rudy Gobert at center. Gobert had another good season, but Adebayo is a better passer, scorer, and his team is simply better. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out my channel for more entertaining content. God bless, and I'll see you guys later.